Hi everyone, George here, and such an exciting video for you guys today. At last, we have our Felix Smart device flown over from Calgary, Canada, fully sealed box. And the purpose of this video is to do a full unboxing and also a step-by-step tutorial on how I set up this Felix Smart Pro up on my lovely Oase StyleLine 85 aquascape here. So super excited about this one. Tried to watch it all the way through to the end, and I'm going to give you guys a very special offer. A bit of backstory for you. Back in October 2018, I was involved with the initial promotional campaign of Felix Smart with both Oliver Knott and Esther Mouse from Aquaflora. You can check out that video. I'll leave a link to that in the description. And yeah, just really excited about this. So many great features, which we'll talk about later. And yeah, let's get started with the unboxing. Okay, so this is a genuine first time unboxing. I have no clue what it's going to look like inside, apart from the images I've actually seen of the Felix Smart device already. This is the Pro model, which includes camera, 360-degree camera, and sensor, and the actual controller as well. We'll talk about those in more detail later. Here we have the Felix Smart box itself. Let's undo that. We have a note for Emma. Emma actually was a backer, so this is Emma's version. And we have a lovely message there from Tom Lamb, the founder and CEO of Felix Smart. Very lovely. Let's start off with the mains cable. I live in the UK, so it's good to see that we have a UK power cable there. Moving on to this box here. Let's undo this, see what this is. Aha, this is the sensor, actually manufactured by Seneye with the Felix branding on there. That looks great. And it has the slides in there. We'll talk more about the slides later. This is a USB device that actually plugs into the Felix Smart controller, and then we can measure various parameters, which we'll discuss in more detail later. But exciting. Okay, next we have some more slides, which we'll talk about again later on. Then we have our manual. So one of the first things we need to do is download the app, which we'll do later. I'll show you how I do that. Get rid of this internal packaging. Oh, look at this. This looks amazing. And we have our actual Felix Smart controller here. So we've got 8 power outlets and 6 USB sockets as well, and then our mains power there, and obviously our rocker power switch there. Lovely. Lovely construction. Feels really great quality. Really nice finishing. And then finally, what do we have here? A couple more bits here. I've got a free gift of some activated carbon from Aquachar, very nice. And then we have here, I guess this will be the camera. I've got to say the packaging is very, very good. So USB. Oh, fancy. So this is the 360-degree camera, 720p. There's some really great functions on the camera, which we'll talk about later. But this is great. It's black, so it's going to blend in with the background, hopefully, of my aquascape here. Obviously, you can clip it on wherever we need to. And then this is the camera, waterproof housing, of course. It sits actually in the aquarium water, where you can monitor what's going on in the aquarium. Perfect, so that's everything unboxed. Okay, so let's just run through what we get in the box. I've got some instructions here. This is the actual controller here, the biggest bit. Power cable for the controller, the 360-degree camera, the sensor, USB sensor with 3 slides. Each slide lasts 30 days. So what I'll do now, I'll run through the instruction manual step by step, and let's install it on the aquarium. Okay, so before we run through the step-by-step of actually how we install the Felix Smart, let's just have a brief overview about what it does. And it's a smart controller. So we can plug in all our aquarium devices into Felix, such as the filtration, the heating, CO2 solenoid, lighting, and we can control all of those from the Felix Smart app. So at its very kind of fundamental level, it is a basic smart controller. Now the USP with Felix Smart is the fact that it has AI, and it also has the sensor and 360 submersible camera. So these offer so many opportunities for the future, especially in terms of AI. And we'll discuss AI in more detail in future videos. It is a massive topic, and it is really where Felix Smart can be a game changer in the aquarium industry, and I'm for one very excited about that. The submersible camera is very cool. It's 360 degrees, so you can actually look around the entire aquarium from anywhere in the world using the Felix app. So this is great if you're on holiday and you want to keep a close eye on your aquarium. And one of the really great features is you can program any of the sockets to do anything you want. So for instance, if you had a heater fail, a lot of heaters fail and they stick on, which can obviously potentially overheat your water and kill your fish. Now with the sensor, Felix will know to switch off your heater because you can program it to do that. And again, in future videos, we can talk in more discussion about how to manually program these things. This video is more of an overview of Felix Smart and how to actually install it, but you can definitely look forward to more kind of instructional videos coming soon, either on my channel or the Felix Smart channels. So there we go, a brief overview of the Felix Smart device. Let's go now and set it up. Okay, so now we're ready to hopefully connect our Felix Smart device to my home Wi-Fi. And the first thing we need to do is download the Felix Smart app. So I'll do that right now. I'll just do a screen recording so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So we jump on over to the App Store and then search for Felix Smart. There it is. In fact, I've already installed it by the look of it, so open that. I'm going to sign in with Apple. Great, that sounds good. I'm going to use metric units because I am from the UK and my first name is George and my last name is Farmer. Add new Felix. And it says, you can see there on the screen, please place your Felix as close to your router as possible during initial Wi-Fi setup, ideally less than 20 feet, and make sure you're on the 2.4 gigahertz network. Okay, so let's do that. Good, join, connecting Felix to my router. Okay, so good news, we've managed to connect the Felix to my home Wi-Fi router. I do have to say it was a little bit of a challenge because my Wi-Fi router was preset to 5 gigahertz and Felix Smart needs 2.4 gigahertz, so that's an important point. It does actually mention this in the app, so just bear that in mind, guys. So now we can actually go about the process of connecting our actual aquarium equipment to Felix. So we can set that up first of all on the app, which I'll do right now, and I'll do another screen recording for you so we can see exactly what we're doing. The instruction manual is very clear. I'm very impressed with it actually. It does make it very easy to follow the step-by-steps. First of all, we open up the Felix app, of course. It says in the instructions, from your main dashboard, tap settings, and then we need to tap sockets. And then we add our devices to each of the sockets. And as we described earlier, there are 8 available power sockets and 6 available USB. So we'll start off by doing the power sockets. I have 2 lamps on here, 1 plug each. So I'll use 1 and 2 for that. So let's do that now. So add device. Felix will be updating with actually a database of commonly used aquarium equipment. I think there's going to be hundreds, if not thousands, of pre-programmed makes and models in the database. But as it stands now, I'm going to enter them individually. So I will add custom device I will call it Oase lamp 1, and it's lights, that's correct. So we can save changes there. Let's go back and make sure that's added. There we go, we can see number 1 is Oase lamp 1. So let's add a Oase lamp 2 to number 2. So add custom device, device name, Oase lamp 2. That's done. Save changes, go back, make sure that's in. That's good. Okay, device number 3, let's make that the filter. So add custom device, and we'll call this the Oase Felix Smart 100 Thermo. And the device type is a filter. Save changes. Let's go back, and we can see that is in power socket number 3. Let's go to power socket number 4, and then let's make that the heater, which is actually integrated into the filter, but it's obviously a separate plug, so that needs to be added separately. So add custom device there, device name, we'll just call that the Oase 100 watt heater, and then that device type is heaters. Save changes. Okay, and finally we have our CO2 solenoid. So we'll put that in number 5. Add custom device, device name, CO2 solenoid, and device type. It doesn't actually have a preset name for a solenoid, so at the moment I'm sure this will be updated in the future. I'll make sure it is. We'll just call that pump for now. It's kind of like allowing the CO2 to be pumped into the aquarium, so that's the nearest description that I would use. So pumps, save changes, just check it's all there. So there we go. We have number 1, Oase lamp 1, number 2, Oase lamp 2, 3 the filter, 4 the heater, and 5 the solenoid. And then you can see the greens have all been shaded in on that little diagram there, so that's really useful just to give you clarification. So you can see that was really straightforward to set up. This is genuinely the first time I've used this app like this, and it was really straightforward. I'm really impressed actually. Let's move on through the manual. What happens next? Plug the monitor into any of the 6 USBs. Okay, now we can put our sensor in, or our monitor as they call it here. So that's the Seneye device, which we'll plug in next. And then we install the slides, which we'll talk about in more detail in a minute. And I'll show you exactly how we do all of that. But it is all very straightforward, step-by-step, screen grabs of the app in the instruction manual and photographs of the actual equipment that you will be setting up. So very impressed, very straightforward to use. Perfect. Okay, so let's install our monitor or our sensor. It's the same kind of thing. Let's do that now. Okay, now it's time to add our monitor or our sensor. This is the Seneye device, actually from Norwich in England. Fun fact for you, Seneye. We'll just undo the cable ties here, and then the USB plug slots into any of the sockets at the rear of the Felix controller. So we'll do that now. Just put that one in the top left. There we go. And then let's just follow the instructions. Tommy's here. Hello, Tommy. So plug the monitor into any of the 6 USB ports. I've done that. In the settings menu, tap monitor. So let's do a screen recording again. So monitor, and then it says tap the scan button. So now we can actually scan our slide. That was quick. Save changes. Now we actually need to remove the back plate of the monitor. So I think this just pings off like that, there we go. And then we take the slide out from the packaging. Now you do need to actually soak the slide for 60 minutes before actually installing into your monitor. So I'll do that now, and then I'll come back obviously in an hour's time. Okay, 1 hour later, we have our pre-soaked slide. Now this fits in, there's a really good diagram here to make it clear what we need to do. Place the Seneye slide into the monitor. Be sure to match the angled edges of the slide with the monitor. Okay, a little bit like a kind of SIM card kind of thing. Now, I'll just get a close-up of this on the camera for you so you can see. Okay, and now we put this into the aquarium. Let's just unravel the cable so it's nice and neat. I will eventually put the Felix controller inside the cabinet out of sight, although I do love this Knight Rider style green LED. I think it looks really cool. It does come with, the monitor does come with a suction cap, so you can fit it quite easily on the glass. So we'll just roll my sleeve up. Don't want to get that wet. I'll pop that in there for display purposes right now. I will hide it eventually. Talk more details about the sensor and what it measures in a summary at the end of the video. Okay, so that's our monitor in there. Perfect. Okay, very exciting. Now it's time to set up the submersible camera. It's worth having a bit of a chat about this actually, because it is a bit of a game changer, I would say. It's 720p, so it's not full HD, but when you're watching it on your mobile device, I don't think that's necessarily essential. I think 720 is okay. The great thing is it's 360, so you, as I said before earlier in the video, you can look all the way around the aquarium, which I think is fascinating. There is a planned feature, which I am super excited about, that you can actually do a time lapse in your aquarium using the camera. So using the software on the Felix app, we can set up a time lapse and of course watch the plant grow and just see the aquascape develop over days, weeks, months, even years, I guess. So I think this is a really, really great feature and something I'm really excited about trying out for myself. So again, this is a USB device that we plug into the back of the Felix, and we'll just, like before, undo the cable tie. So the camera is unique to the Pro version. The Lite version doesn't have the camera, and of course the Pro version is more expensive than the Lite because of that. It has a flexible arm, as you can see it's black as well, so it's going to suit this aquarium with a black background. It's hopefully going to be relatively well disguised. The actual camera itself is black, although the casing is transparent for obvious reasons. So let's plug that in right now. Plug that in next to the Seneye monitor. And then we can position this however we like. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a test and adjust. See what position you actually want it in the aquarium. I'll just position it quite loosely for now, just for demonstration purposes. And then I will probably, no doubt, have a good play around later and keep you guys updated, of course. So let's just hang that there for now, just for an example. It obviously looks a little bit conspicuous. In larger aquascapes, you could hide it more effectively, but I think it's fine for demonstration purposes right now to have it there. So we'll just put that there. We can close the lid. Be interesting to see how that looks. Okay, so that's the camera kind of loosely installed. Like I said, we'll have an adjustment of that later. Now we need to set it up on the app. So back to the easy to follow instructions. Open up the Felix app as before. Let's do another screen recording. Felix Smart, and then we have the option for camera, and you've actually got the time-lapse settings there, so that's really great. You might notice that the Felix has turned blue because it's accessing the camera. That is one of the color codes that it does change to. Normally it's running green. Click on the camera button, and then it takes about a minute, about 60 seconds or so to connect. And then hopefully we will see what's going on inside the tank and also outside. The camera's actually pointing kind of this way, so you'll probably be able to see me through the water, hopefully be able to see the fish and the plants as well. What I will say is my internet connection isn't the best, and actually my wife Emma's working from home. She's on a Zoom call right now. The boys are probably gaming, and so a lot of the bandwidth is being taken up. So fingers crossed the quality is still going to be okay. Okay, here we go. We can look around. We can see the plants, we can see the fish. The refresh rate isn't so great. There's a little bit of lagging, but as I said, the bandwidth in the home isn't so great at the moment with people working from home and gaming, etc. But it's great, isn't it? And we can set this up on a time lapse if we wanted, have it in a fixed position and literally watch those plants grow. Keep an eye on the aquarium inhabitants while you're away from home. I think this is a great feature. Really love it. Okay, there you go guys, a full unboxing of the Felix Smart Pro, including a brief guide on how I set up my device here at home. But before I say cheerio, I wanted to summarise a few key points and give you a great offer if you're interested in buying a Felix Smart. Felix has laid the foundation to make your aquarium a smart aquarium with limitless future expansion opportunities. The Felix community is building the AI component as we speak. As more and more users experience and use Felix, the better and more accurate the recommendations will become. The Felix team is dedicated to making fish keeping more simple and fun, allowing you to control and monitor your aquarium from almost anywhere in the world at any time. Like all groundbreaking technology products, there are some bugs to work through, but Felix has been and is committed to making the process 100% transparent. They truly are including the Felix community in every decision that's made. I'm excited to be a part of the Felix community, and I hope you will consider joining us too. Join us now and get a 15% discount by entering the code GEORGE into the discount code at checkout, and make your aquarium a Felix Smart Aquarium. Take care, keep on scaping. Cheerio.